Just because joy is one of the main points of Christmas, it doesn't change how difficult life is in the moment. And this is really important to understand, because if we don't understand this point, there's a good chance that we will dislike things like Christmas and Easter, because the guy up on the stage that talks too much and talks about how we should have joy at all times, especially on Christmas and Easter, there's a good chance you might be experiencing some deep pain in your life right now. And I know in this room there are people entering Christmas knowing that it's going to be different. Like, I know that. Like, I know that throughout the year, some of you have lost a loved one. That this year it's going to be different. Like, you're not going to go to the same house that you did the previous year. I know that some of you live many states away from your family and you just might not be able to see them. I know that tradition changes over time, and you might be at a place where tradition is going to be a little different this year. I know some of you have job uncertainties that's coming up in the new year potentially, and just that dark feeling of what it's going to look like in January, and you have to make it through Christmas during that time. See, I know that some of you have had health problems, and just another year seems very discouraging. I mean, you name the pains, and there's probably somebody in our church that is experiencing something like that. See, I'm 100% convinced that Satan wants you to look at your life circumstances and then decide whether you can be happy or not. And I've watched myself do it, and I've watched many of you fall into that trap over and over again, that the number one reason we miss out on joy is because we opt out on the times that we can draw close to the one thing that can cut through our life and give us joy. This is the gift that Jesus leaves us. It says, on the evening of the first day of the week, when the disciples were together with the doors locked for the fear of the Jewish leaders, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." And after he said this, he showed them his hands and his side, and the disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Again, Jesus said, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." And with that, he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." Jesus did not give them the message that they thought they were going to receive. See, they thought Jesus was going to be with them forever, the walking tabernacle. We're just going to follow him around. Cool stuff is going to happen. But they received a different message. Jesus looks at them and says, "You know the living, breathing Spirit that lives within me, the one that I've lived by, the one that I have followed, the one that gives me power, the one that gives me the true joy of everything. I now give it to you." He gives you the gift that sustained him his entire life.